If you making money in the spotlight, got a big enough friend group that you know of, you don't consistently tell us things that you know that go on that you could like break down. Pause down, huh? So like I said, if you making money in the spotlight, got big enough friend group that you know of, you don't consistently tell us things that you know are going on, mainly because you're too scared to talk. Mainly, I'm sure because you put yourself in too deep. You don't just do a show. You don't just pop up, drop some whack gems, and bounce, but do more entertaining than teaching. Then nah, you gotta go. It's odd to me that these there's a lot of these entertainers, these people period, that come out that put themselves on TV, on the internet, on any type of screen whatsoever, on an audio, and I mean it's streamers, it's YouTubers, it's whomever, and they come on, and I'm saying this mainly for the people that are in these positions, that these people, you like to just weed them out quicker. Because if you notice that there's some celebrities that'll they'll talk about what's more important. They'll do more uh they'll drop more gems within their music. They'll go to more, if they do interviews, if they choose to do interviews, they'll break away from whatever character they might be like into, and then but slowly still give you the real, like they still, you know what I'm saying, or if even if they gotta like give it in code or whatever, things like that, the narrative is more so I gotta let you know what's going on behind closed doors. I don't mind letting you know that these there's certain things that are going on that you're unaware of. So I've noticed that there's a lot of people that will give these, even if it's political or something like that, with these lectures or, these sit downs or something like that, you talk about certain rappers, you know what I'm saying, take the money or take the sit down with them. And you think that they would really give you, but the fact that you have to choose between sitting down with a person or getting money from them, it's just, I mean, it's a good marketing tactic, I would think. But outside of that, what's the point of a person? Like, why wouldn't you just be willing as a person, especially a man that makes the amount of money that he does? I don't get why you wouldn't just be cool wanting to give knowledge. That don't make no, it's kind of like odd to me. I mean, because you give knowledge, but people don't know that the knowledge that you're giving isn't really much of anything. Doesn't really help them, and if anything, it actually worsens their life. But because they see it as like this big deal, like I say, that these certain people make it, because you think, oh, because these dudes are doing it and they came from the bottom and now they're here. I can do the same thing, or I have a chance to make it like they make it. So in some way, and you still keep forgetting these people are not their own, their own entities. They're not their own person. They're not a man. And so they'll drop gems, but you gotta discern what these gems are and who's really talking and who they talk to, because there's a lot of people that kind of keep things on a hush, and we know for a fact that there's things out there that people are doing that ain't cool. And so if you can discern yourself through these entertainers and see who is really for you for real and who just wants to make a quick buck off you because they know that they can, then they know that I mean, what option do you have as a fan to not continue to support these certain rappers, certain entertainers, certain people that choose to give you an option between, hey, you can have some money, you can have knowledge. Like, why not give them both? Why not sit down and try to make? Why is this knowledge that you're trying to give so? What's so special about your knowledge is you can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't give it to the people that don't know what's going on. That's a little weird to me. So, I don't think, because I mean, for me, that's what I'm saying is I can see that there's not a clear path for these rappers, these moguls, these people, whatever, these businessmen, to really put you on game for real. And which in a way, once again, I kind of get it, because why would you want to teach a person every single thing you know? But like I said, the knowledge that they do give is trash. It's not real. Like, it's not applicable. You can't really take that and go, oh, now I see how people are. Now I see that I can now, I don't need to have these type of emotions with these type of people now. There's no reason to. I can move through these crowds a lot easier because I now know, hey, this person's straight up, like, even if they say they ain't fake, I can clearly see it. Or even if I don't really see it, to even have the energy around the fact that you could be, it is enough in a way. Because but you still gotta have discern, because a lot of people say a lot of things. But if you can see it for yourself without any opinions, I think that's really what does it. You gotta kind of look for yourself, and that's kind of tough because there is a lot of opinions and a lot of speculation out there. But these dudes are not making. I would say they're making way too much to not be able to make enough people aware of what life really is, and not just, oh, I can go sell some drugs, pimp out some people, do this, that, a third, and make my way up to the top. Which is true, you can, but the issue is that, people don't really know, or once they get into the scenarios of what that really means, of you making it to the top, and they realize that there's only so many avenues you can take to get there. And the one they don't want to do the most is super hard, strenuous, continuous work. That's one they don't want to do. And so they take the easy route, just like these big rappers do, these big entertainers do, these big executives or whoever they choose to take along. This is what they also do. And you got to take that path straight to this way. You can't just. And so it sucks that, like I said, so the whole thing is, this is just finding that discernment between who these people are. Because if we don't start, we can definitely start having this discernment, see who. I mean, really, you only need to be worrying about your own friends and family if they're cool like that. Yourself and who you really want to rock with. And that's really why I want to talk about on this one, because it's like, it's hard to even find solace within yourself, to find that peace and quiet within yourself. These people will rile you up, they'll get you going, they'll have you feeling like this, that, make you think that you need to do this and that. Buy me this. And that's how I see it. It's not go buy this product for yourself. It's go buy me this. It's go give me some money for this thing that you know you don't need. So buy me this. Because you ain't really, I mean, it's going to break within what? You ain't keeping it forever. I don't care really what product, thing, logo, shirt, shoe, hat. I don't care what, knife. You know what I'm saying? Your favorite gun. If you ain't trying to figure out how to make your own gun, if you ain't trying to figure out how to scribe or do your own, make your own knives, or if you ain't on that tip, I think that's, if you're not trying to figure out how your friend did what he did and you into it and y'all figure out how to, if even if on the spiritual tip, if you can't come together with your friends, y'all talk about that, the spiritual whatever, this, that, and the third, and then y'all elevate yourselves instead of go looking for motherfuckers all, like, Sadhguru or whoever else like that. And you can just figure it out for yourself with your people. You don't need to go talk or look up, because that was a big thing for me too. Just thinking that, just like the Jay-Z's and all these people, you think you need to go to them first to get to somewhere. When I just heard Chris Brown talking about how he was trying to make something happen with P. Diddy, man, smacked him down and said, hell no, I don't want it. Have a nice day, type. So, and he still had to find it within himself. I'm not saying you can't go do what you need to do if you need to figure out how to make it work for yourself, but ultimately, is what I mean is it's going to have to come down to you doing it for yourself at some point. These people are not going to make it happen for you. And it took me a second for myself to really, realize what that means. But it's never going to be a time where somebody's really going to, like, I mean, they'll have, I'm not even gonna say that. You can have your chances. But if you are looking for someone to make something happen for you, that's how you end up being a Jay-Z or a P. Diddy or, whoever all these other rappers are that chose to sign, or entertainers that chose to sign their life away for whatever reasons they thought would be cool, until they realize what life is real, life's real. And they don't, I guess, really, and it's weird to me because I think that these people would know that they're putting themselves in these positions to make their life miserable, but they just see money, they see friends, they see people that are going to be cool with them, they see people that are ultimately going to never really turn their back on them. And that's not really, really for everybody. Not everybody, even the people that, a lot of people that do sign, not everybody's always going to be on that level. Not everybody wants to take that oath to go to that level, to be on that level, to where, no matter what goes on, you always cool with people. Like most of the masses, even if it ain't really true, see you as somebody that's cool. They'll make sure of it, no matter what you do. No matter who you've touched or eliminated, or no matter what you've done, no matter who you sold anything to, no matter what the crime, what the time, whatever it was, you gon', what I'm saying? It's easy for these people to manipulate it where this person never looks like what they really are. So I think, yeah, man, I think if people really start to take on, now, I ain't gonna lie, like I remember where I was going with that. These people, I think I was going along the lines of these people think that they know how life is gonna be for them once they make it past all that. And yeah, because like I said, I thought that that's how it would be. I thought people would know, oh, I'm about to sign, but apparently people have no idea what they're getting themselves into. And when they finally have to, go through with it, and they realize they kind of can't get out of it through the contracts and things like that, apparently it really does go south for them. Like I always assumed that it was just mainly that they realize what they did fully. They know exactly, which they may, but fully, and life just kind of, because that's the way the contract works, that's the way all of this stuff works, it just kind of deteriorates them over time. But a lot of it's really just because they don't, I thought, just because, you move into that energy, you automatically become that entity. People think, to a degree, I think witchcraft and all that, of course, is real, because it still turns you into that. People still die suffering. People still die, going through hellacious moments in their life, through trying to be, what I'm saying? Don't forget, you still got to go through, especially if you're dead serious about it, you still got to go through the sacrifices of killing shit. You still got to go through sacrifices of people's, and your own mental, you got to go through all that just to get through. You got to take on, really honing in on, look, I want bad things to happen to people. I want this to really happen to them. So it may not necessarily, because it could or may not, or maybe, whatever. I don't, them putting that energy and doing it is enough, though, I feel, because I was watching this one thing about witchcraft in Iceland, and it seemed like these people had it to a, of course, what they were trying to practice down to a T, but if they didn't have witchcraft and it'd be put in the wrong hands, and I'm saying with this one isolated incident, this preacher, pastor, he was having these. You just throw it to the end. He was having these issues with his his mental, some type of disease, some type of whatever, right? So he was essentially blaming his issue on these two dudes, one kid but one man, and his father, and he was blaming these men for him being visited by demons, being scratched up while he's on his back while he's praying, and he's going through all these, he feels like it's searing his brain and all this stuff. And it comes to find, like I said, those dudes actually were trying to put, spells on him. Come to find out. But, after they died, the dudes still had these issues. And so they started to realize maybe that it wasn't, because he started to say that maybe they were like catching him on the, on the other side. And like I said, he died. They died because of course they killed him or whatever like that. And he said that they were doing it beyond the grave. But if I looked at it as a whole or not, that it may have been failed attempts at trying to possess or put, some type of entity energy on someone. Regardless of that, I'm looking at the timeline of these dudes were definitely still demonic entities. They were still trying to put stuff on people, like they were still attempting to be what we see in Hollywood and all these things as a demonic entity. They may not look it, they may not have the horns, they may not blah 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 with the pitchfork and everything. It may not be fire and brimstone and all this around them, but these people knew that through concentrated energy of the mental, through perseverance and through willpower, through just is honing in on learning different scriptures and symbols. They took all of that and put themselves, I would say, in a box of what a demon is. I mean, what else would you call it? Right? And so we see all these people are just people. But if you're sacrificing things and trying to kill people and are killing people and you putting disease and say AIDS on people, you're trying to put energy into people that are completely negative to ruin their lives. Like I said, it's a toss-up. You know, he may have had just a mental breakdown and some issues and whatever was going on. But also, they linked it to those two dudes. So when it comes to contracts, I don't think anything's different when it comes to people signing you on, putting you on to their way of how to make a video, their ways of how to conduct music, their ways of, you know, how to present you as a model, as a face of what they want. If you just take a step back, because a lot of it's not real. I question Big L, I question Big Papa, I question Jay-Z, I question Boosie, I question all the greats, all those dudes. Who else? Nas, I question all those dudes that went through what they went through. Because it seems that there's more so, take away all of what the accolades, who they are as a people, who you think they grew up as, and all this other, you don't know their life and who they really are behind closed doors. I'm looking at it as these people chose to create an image and be created by someone to have an image that is straight demonic, straight not cool, straight, you know, it's just like the only giving the picturesque of what the struggle is, only the worst sides of what we are as humans. Now, like I said, or I can say, if you can discern yourself through this and see that, use that, learn demonology, learn numerology, learn gematria, learn all these things, which I'm still learning too. Pick all that up and learn what these people are doing, and not just be scared of these energies as if they, I mean, because if, I mean, the spell and the control is that you believe that it's going to get you, that it is this thing that you start breaking out the Ouija board and all this shit. I think that that's way more of what takes people out of what real life is, because they already know, because they have, people have a belief that they put out, and people automatically just know that that's what that is. They see it and go, well, it's got to be true. I just saw it. I know that that's more of what puts people in a spell bind, is that it's automatic. It triggers. It says, yo, this is like a scary movie I just saw. I just watched this. I'm still impressionable. I still don't see life for what it really is. This has got to be what it is. But if you take a step back and just go, oh, this is just a theme. This is just how people are. This, you know what I'm saying? They will just direct people to make it look like this is what something is, just to sway you. These demons out here, all that, I would just look at it as, we need to know about these lower, I use it all as a tool. It's got to be, you know what I'm saying? When I see it, I go, oh, well, how can I use it with learning my lower chakras, organs, my lower desires, all of those things? They are just surfacing. They're just showing you. I mean, if you, they may be conjuring these images, these demons, these things, which technically these people are just right along with that narrative. So technically, yeah. But you know, you have this narrative that you know what I'm saying. Goddamn. When you take on that these people sell that image, instead of, oh, I can learn from this, these are my demons. These are the things that I can conquer. These things that I know and learn from. You just only get the fact that you get the unknown, which we're all scared of, but you get, I don't know what this is, got to be real in some sort of way. You know, because even the people I think that laugh it off are even worse, because they think that it's also not real, that they've already showed you the image, they've already showed you what this thing is, they've already given you what they want the agenda to look like. All they got to do is say, hey, this person's really artistic, this person's really, oh my god, they're so different, they're so differently different. And you know how you meet somebody and people, oh man, they so cool, these people are so you gotta meet them, and you finally meet them, you just find out just this is an asshole. It's kind of like the industry. You just find out that they're assholes, but the agenda is still there. People are still getting scared, people are still worrying, people are still making this thing real, just like they create movies like that. Create the movie, make it seem like it's something that can really happen. You all think that it can happen. It starts to create itself once again through the models, through the figures, characters. It bridges out from the image to the characters to the solid world to, once again, it being real. They make it real because we decided to go, oh my god, I remember seeing that movie. Oh my god, I remember seeing this thing. Oh my god, I remember. I heard the songs. I did the stuff. I heard all of. It's real, and that's how they get you. But just, I would say learn, and not be scared of whatever they show, because there's a lot of things that look super demonic. That's just like, at this point, blatant. Because I guarantee you take it back even 10 years, 20, 30 years, none of this would fly. None of these music videos, none of these things that they do today would fly in the slightest. So, yeah, all these rappers, all these people that create this image, and it's so clear that that's what they stand for. Don't mistake it. Learn from it. They got to go.